The night the ground swallowed the gold, the people of Ametu had a roar that froze their blood. The mine that fed the whole community had caved in. The air shook like thunder, and a deep crack tore through the hills. Women screamed, children ran out of their huts, and the men grabbed their spears, not knowing if it was war or the wrath of the earth. By morning, the hills that once glittered with gold dust were silent. Smoke rose from broken torches, and the once clear river ran brown like clay. The mine, the pride of Ametu, was gone. Ametu was a proud village. It sat between three tall hills that were said to hold the bones of ancient kings. Long ago, a hunter digging for yam found a shiny yellow stone. When the elders took it to the next market, traders' eyes widened. That was how they learned that the soil beneath them carried gold. At first, the people were careful. They only mined a little at a time, sharing the work and the profit. They thanked the gods every moon and poured palm wine on the ground to honor the spirit of the hills. But as the years went by, the younger men wanted more. Gold bought fine clothes, cattle, and wives. Soon, everyone wanted a share. The mine grew deeper. The people forgot the old warnings that said, dig too deep, and the earth will remember you. Chief Nadezi was the oldest man in the village, strong in mind though his body had grown weak. He had seen peace and war, drought and flood. He always said, gold is sweet, but it can choke a man if he swallows too much. His words carried weight, but not everyone listened. The youth, led by a bold man named Obina, believed that the future belonged to those who dared. Chief, we cannot live in fear, Obina said one night at a village meeting. If we don't dig, others will come and take what belongs to us. We must expand the mine. Chief Nadezi sighed. And what will you do when the land takes back what you have stolen? The crowd murmured. Some nodded with the chief, but most stood with Obina. They were tired of working little and gaining little. So, they dug deeper. To protect their treasure, Ametu built high watchtowers around its borders. Young warriors took turns keeping guard every night. The torches burned bright, marking the edges of their land. Any stranger who crossed those borders without permission was captured or chased away. The neighboring village, Umuta, had heard of Ametu's gold. Their land had none, and their people were poor. They begged to trade or join in mining, but Ametu refused. The gold is ours, they said. Bitterness grew. One night, a group of men from Umuta crept through the forest with hoes and baskets. They wanted to take gold for themselves. But Ametu's guards were ready. The clash that followed was quick and bloody. 2 men from Umuta were killed, and 1 from Ametu fell. In the morning, the air was heavy. Chief Nadezi stood in the center of the square, his walking stick pressed into the ground. This blood will not dry easily, he said. God has started what peace may not finish. He was right. For the next few months, Umuta stopped sending traders to the market. They began to build fences and sharpen spears. Ametu's people doubled their guards, certain an attack would come. Fear lived in the air like dust. But the true enemy was under their feet. The miners wanted to escape worry, so they kept digging. They opened new tunnels near the old riverbed, an area everyone had avoided for generations. Elders said spirits slept beneath that ground. Obina laughed when he heard it. Spirits don't eat gold, he said. The digging went on. The deeper they went, the wetter the soil became. Water trickled through cracks, but they ignored it. Then came the day the mine growled. At first, it was a small rumble, like a distant storm. Then the ground shook violently. The walls of the tunnels crumbled, trapping men and gold together. Dust filled the air. From outside, it sounded like the hills were roaring. By the time it stopped, the mine was gone. 3 days passed before they could reach the place. They found only a wide pit filled with water and broken wood. Some men's bodies were never found. Among the missing was Obina. The people wept. The women tore their wrappers and cried by the river. The air smelled of wet soil and death. Chief Nadezi gathered everyone again. His voice was weak, but it carried far. The earth has spoken, he said. We took without thanks. We gathered gold but forgot to guard our hearts. He poured palm wine on the ground and prayed for the souls of the lost men. From that day, the people stopped mining. They sealed the pit with stones and left it for the gods. Seasons passed. The young men who survived planted crops instead of digging. They fished in the river that once carried gold. Slowly, Ametu began to change. The greed faded. The fear faded too. They learned that the land gives and takes, and no one owns it forever. Still, sometimes at night, when the wind came from the hills, people said they heard faint hammering sounds from below, like men still walking in the dark. The elders said those were the voices of the lost miners, still chasing gold that would never shine again. So, whenever a child asked why the old mine was covered with grass and silence, the elder said, "The earth keeps what is hers. Remember that, and you will live long."
Please subscribe.